Hi everyone, it's me, Bill. And tonight I'm here with my old pal,
Sam. Hi.
We have been wandering up and down the old supermarket aisles looking at all of the different varieties of mac and cheese that there are.
We couldn't figure out which ones were Kraft and which weren't, so we're trying them all.
We decided a lot of them probably are crap. We came up with this brilliant idea. We're going to go out and buy a whole bunch and we're going to cook them up. And we have grading criteria that we're going to use. And we'll see which ones are better and which ones are worse based on certain things like
color, smell, cheese consistency, noodle flavor, noodle consistency, salt content, creaminess, and just how we feel about them.
Overall, did it stink or was it good? I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of stinkers.
We'll see how our stomachs feel afterwards.
So we're not going to cook them all in one night. We're going to cook we'll randomly select one, we'll cook it, we'll show you what it looks like, we'll describe the stink or the smell, and then we'll have at it.
So first we're going to start with the classic Kraft mac and cheese because it feels like a good start. We'll see how it goes.
Here we go.
Well, doesn't that look appetizing? I don't see the butter. I think it's gone. Hang on, this bowl's a bit dirty. Yeah, well, I don't know if that bowl's dirty. I didn't check. Why is everything we have just slightly dirty?
Because if it was really dirty, it would be obvious. All right, here we go. Here's what we ended up with. Yum.
I can definitely taste the butter.
I can definitely taste the cardboard.
I've had worse boxed mac and cheese. It doesn't have a huge artificial cheese flavor.
That's actually, I like that, yeah.
It doesn't have much flavor at all.
It's a little
liquidy,
but it's not bad. Noodles have a little firminess, not too much.
Yeah, they still have to cook it for 7 minutes, which would have been way too much.
I hate to admit it, I'm actually enjoying it.
So am I, but also it has been multiple hours since I ate something.
Same thing. I think I'm ready to start my ranking.
Yeah.
So you want to read your scores?
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you give it for color?
I gave it a 2 just because it didn't have much color. The cheese kind of really didn't give much color, so it kind of looked like noodles, basically. I did not appreciate it.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't dislike the color, but I just thought it was bland.
Yeah.
So I gave it a 3, right in the middle. Would you give it a 2?
Yeah, because it's a bit subpar for me.
Okay.
For smell, I gave it a 3 because I did not smell anything, though I have a cold.
I also gave it a 3 for smell because didn't strike me, good or bad. How about flavor, cheese flavor?
I gave it a 2. It's not necessarily horrible, but it's not really there at all, which, to be fair, is better than most cheeses where it just tastes very artificial. I'm kind of split, I would say.
I gave it a 4 because I figured 3 was just plain average. 5 would be good, but 4, I guess, can we do half points, like 3.5?
Probably.
Yeah, all right. So maybe for cheese flavor, I'll give it a 3.5, actually. Cheese consistency, the feel of the cheese, I was a little underwhelmed.
It kind of just felt like water, but a bit more cheesy.
I don't know if you can zoom in on that, Frank, but Frank's my pretend cameraman. For cheese consistency, I only gave it a 2. I thought it was subpar. Noodle flavor.
I've had worse noodles. They didn't taste like high quality noodles. I mean, they're noodles. You can't really screw that up too much. I gave it a 4.
I actually gave it a 4 for the noodle flavor too. It wasn't bad, it wasn't too bland, it was just fine. Noodle consistency?
I gave that a 4, but we didn't cook it for nearly as much time as they said to, so it would be a drastically different score if we actually did.
Yeah, it would be way overcooked if we did it like that. So I guess use your own judgment. Noodle consistency, I also gave it a 4 because I thought this isn't too bad of a noodle. Salt content.
I gave it a neutral just because it didn't taste like it was lacking salt, but it didn't taste like it was oversalted, which surprised me a bit considering how high in sodium it is.
Considering how high in sodium it was, it didn't smack me in the face with, wow, that's salty. Because of that, I actually gave it a 4. Whereas I think I would have given it a 3 if it was just bland or whatever, but because they did a good job in not killing it, I gave it a 4. How about creaminess?
I gave it a 1. It was not.
You're rough. Yeah, I gave it a 2 because it was not really very creamy at all. It wasn't quite watery, but still, it totally lacked. Okay, overall rank, what would you give it?
I just put because I
was hoping for a numeric rank.
3.5.
3.5. That's actually what I gave it as well. I gave it a 3.5. I guess we ought to figure out what the average is. So
It didn't wow me, but it could have been worse.
Yeah, I would eat it if I had to.
It really feels like an average mac and cheese box.
Let's add up and see what the total is. So the results are in. I'm surprised at the results. Are you surprised at the results?
Not really.
Okay. What are we gonna do next time? Randomly selected or?
I think next time we should either go for the generic mac and cheese or the Annie's organic version. I think both of these just kind of try and go for the same look as Kraft, so I feel like that would be the best to compare it to next.
Awesome. All right, so that's our initial outtake on the macaroni and cheese challenge. We hope you enjoyed it. This was Kraft that we started with. Next week, we'll come out with another one.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. That was fun. That was quick.